Welcome to Crypto Disrupted. I'm your host, Trent Lipinski, and I'm here with Britt Morgan from Hilo. Can you introduce yourself and let us know what you're working on?
Sure. I'm one of the co-founders of Hilo.io. We are a social platform for crypto traders where you can come to learn about sentiment data over time and price for each cryptocurrency.
And so your product is actually kind of like a social network for crypto trading. Is that correct?
That's one way to look at it. Yeah.
So, I saw a short little clip. You showed me a video of, what you guys have been working on. And, from what I saw, it's got a really clean user interface. It's kind of got some features and functionality that kind of looks and feels like a social network, but you've totally baked crypto and crypto trading into it. Can you kind of talk about that?
Yeah, so the platform is meant to foster a community for people who are trading crypto or people who want to learn crypto. So the idea of the platform was spun off of, from all of these people and our networks who wanted to learn, right? So it was like friends, family, and neighbors who were hearing about blockchain and crypto, but didn't really have the tools to get in. And that was really at the heart of why we're building this platform. So aside from, it being a social network for crypto traders, it's also meant to be this kind of next step because, aside from the user experience of Coinbase, there's not really much easy to use platforms in the crypto space. So thank you for mentioning that it's a clean interface because that's definitely what we were aiming for.
And so you just mentioned Coinbase and, they're kind of the established, they're obviously kind of the king of the castle right now when it comes to crypto, but, who's your audience? Who are you going after? What's your market look like?
So there's two markets that we're aiming to capture. So the first wave of people into the platform are influencers. They're people who have been trading for a year or plus, and they have a large Twitter following. They understand the space, and they will be our first people populating content within the platform. And then from there, after they're onboarded fully, and we'll then want to attract the second wave, which is people who are, wanting to learn but don't know how. And, so no coiners, noobs, whatever you want to call them, they'll be the second wave of people coming in. So,
and can you kind of talk about some of the features that you built into the platform for those new users? Because that ultimately is kind of the, that's the big thing here with cryptos. I think the last numbers I heard is something like only it's single digit millions of actual people in the United States that are trading crypto right now. So, we've got a country of 300 million plus people, and we haven't even hit double digits yet in terms of millions of users. So can you talk about, what you think your platform is going to do to kind of help bridge that gap and how to kind of expand crypto trading?
Sure. So I will tell you about two features, which I think touch on, onboarding new people. And the first one is our coin cards, which we are making for every coin, every cryptocurrency that, will be on our platform, which right now we have the data for all of them. So as new one comes on, as new ones come into the market, we'll put them on. But basically each card will have information about that cryptocurrency, how it's used, where it's used, what exchanges support it. And what we're hoping is people can kind of get an understanding of each cryptocurrency by using these coin cards. Now the coin cards are also attached to the graph of sentiment, which I mentioned. So people can make calls about, price movement as it's moving. And this is especially meaningful when there's crashes or large spikes when there's a run up, because people want to understand why that's happening. And in a market that we're in, it's driven by sentiment. So there's not really a straight answer of why, but at least now we can get, some kind of understanding of what the community and the people trading in the space are saying about the price movement. So that will be interesting for new users. And the second thing that I wanted to mention is we're building in a lot of gamification into the platform, and we are introducing this thing called Fantasy Crypto. Fantasy Crypto is going to help new users onboard into crypto because they can create a fantasy portfolio. of 10 different coins, and the aggregate ROI over 2 weeks will be scored against other users. So they'll start to learn how to trade, like, what moves up and down and why, and they can earn real crypto without risking any real assets. So we think those two things are really going to help onboard new users into the space. And we already know that there's pent-up demand, that people want to get in, but it's a really hard space and market to tap into. I think everyone here that's a crypto trader has had some kind of mentorship, and we're really hoping that Hilo can kind of be a mentor in some ways to people who want to get into the space.
So is there an exchange element where you can actually buy cryptocurrency on your platform, or do you have to get crypto from another exchange and then transfer it over to your platform, or how does that process work?
No, we will not be dealing with any of that, just the legality of getting like a money movement license. And it just, we decided not to. Initially, we were thinking about building that in, and in the future we might decide to, but on our roadmap, right now it's currently not on the horizon. So right now it's more of an educational platform for people to come together as a community and learn about these different coins, and then we're going to incentivize influencers in a meaningful way to keep them engaged as well. And people who have already been trading, people like you and I have been trading for a few years, will also be highly engaged within the platform through incentive models.
And what do the notifications look like? Because if you're engaging with other members within the community, and you're tracking these trends, is there a notification system that's notifying you of when these things are happening? What does that look like?
Yeah, so that's something we're building into the platform as well. So you can get notified when a new coin comes on, or when more people are talking about one specific coin. That will all be built into the dashboard. And then of course, thinking ahead, we're going to have Google notifications and other widgets built in as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So where are you at in the development process? Are you close to a launch, or because
sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I saw the video, so it looks like you're in active product development right now. So are you close to launching soon? What's your roadmap look like? Are you guys doing an ICO, or what's the business look like?
It's very exciting. It's really, really, really exciting. So we are going to launch very soon. We're in a closed beta, and I can't give you a hard date of when the public launch will be. But if you go onto hilo.io right now, and there's a wait list, and if you sign up, we'll throw you into the beta testers, and that's like an exclusive group of people who are actually helping us, refine some of the features. And so it's really exciting times, because right now the people that are able to test the product are very excited about what we're building, and it's really exciting. So we are going to do an ICO, and the thing that I mentioned earlier about the influencers coming in and being incentivized, that token will act as the incentives model, similar to like a Steemit and Reddit, like with upvotes. And when you post meaningful content within the platform, you'll be rewarded in Hilo tokens. So we're really excited. And so our white paper was just released today. I could send that. If you join our Telegram channel, we're sending it there. We're not going to post it on the website just yet. So yeah, it's a really exciting time.
And how big is your team?
So we are, give or take, like 15. We have a group of developers, around 8. And then our core team here, we just hired a new intern today. So that's what I mean, give or take, because we're constantly having contractors and interns touch the project. And so in San Francisco, we're about 8, and then we have 7 or 8 developers. So yeah.
Nice. Awesome. So what's kind of your game plan? So you're about to launch soon. You've got these influencers that you're hoping to get onto the platform. And then what's kind of your next step from there?
Yeah, so there's a lot of things happening all at once and in parallel. So the token sale is open right now for accredited investors who are doing a Reg D. So if you're lucky enough to be in that class of people, you can contribute. We just opened that up yesterday, so everything's happening all at once. And we are going to do a public sale at the end of July, and we'll make sure that the product is fully functioning and ready to handle that before we do. So we can't really give a hard date onto when that will happen, but we want to make sure that, you know, the token evolves from being a security into a utility, which is, you know, we have a very well-established law firm representing us, and we're doing things completely compliant. So we're trying to be like basically the poster child of a token sale, and, you know, having that working token as it, you know, so like even saying ICO is kind of like a taboo thing these days.
Yeah.
And our lawyers advise us not to say that because, and they differentiated it between like an ICO is something when you have the token, there's no working product, whereas a token generation event is like you're selling the tokens and they're used in the way that they're meant to as a utility or whatnot. So yeah, it's really exciting. It's all happening very soon. And
so you're building the product first. You're going to get the product to market.
Yes.
And you just opened it up, so you're taking some accredited investors now, but then you're going to allow a public sale once the product is actually on the market. And then that way it's more of a utility token, but you're still doing all the securities and regulations and compliance to make sure that you're fully regulated, so that you know, you don't fall into the ICO breadbasket.
Yeah, exactly.
Very cool. And what kind of led you to make some of those decisions, you know, to take that process and to take these steps? Because a lot of other companies right now, you know, I've talked to a lot of other ICOs and a lot of other startups, and they're all trying to figure this out. So what kind of led you to some of those decisions to take this path?
Oh, it wasn't an easy decision. It's it was a lot of work to, you know, come to the path that we're on. So I think after you've had weeks on end of calls with attorneys for many, many hours, and you kind of make the decision to just, you know, pay the big law firm and have them represent you, and then you kind of follow their advice along the way. And you know, that's what we chose to do. It's a lot more work, I will say. Like, you know, we also have a lot of friends in the space that are doing token sales and, you know, going different routes. And we feel that it's better for us to feel completely protected and to be compliant, and to just, you know, even though some of the rules aren't necessarily, you know, what we would agree on, at least, you know, we can make sure that we're all safe in the space that we're operating in.
Very cool. Yeah, no, I agree. It's the path you're taking seems to be a pretty, you know, secure and safe bet, especially since you actually are having a product that's coming to the market, and the pivot to utility token is, you know, right there.
Exactly.
It sounds like is just a month or two away. So very exciting. And, you know, is there anything else we haven't covered so far that you wanted to touch on about your product or what you guys are working on?
So I just want to say that, you know, we are building a product that is going to help the whole blockchain crypto ecosystem, and that, you know, as viewers are watching this, that they get involved in some way, whether it's, you know, joining our Telegram channel, getting in the beta, and really helping us foster this community that we're trying to build. And I will say that the influencer program and incentives model that we're structuring will be really favorable to the first wave of people coming in. So like, as influencers are listening to this and they want to get involved and become, you know, earn credits or tokens within the platform, they should sign up for a beta and get right in there.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. And where can people find you again?
So Hilo, HILO.io. And there's a waitlist form right on the website. If they can fill that out, we'll get them right into the beta. It'd be awesome.
Cool. Any final thoughts?
Not really. I'm just really excited to be on. Thank you so much for having me. And if anyone wants to reach out, I'm highly accessible on Telegram, and the rest of the team is as well. So just feel free to reach out.
Awesome. Well, thank you for coming on the show. Definitely excited. I'm going to go sign up for your beta.
Awesome.
I want to go check it out. So,
cool.
You know, very excited to see what you're working on, and, you know, always welcome to have you back on the show in a couple months after you've launched. So
very cool. Would love to come back. Cool.
Awesome.
Thanks so much. Have a great day.
You too.